These days there's so much bad news going on right now. Just every day. I almost didn't even really open it today. It seems like there's just another moment of now someone is fighting somebody politically, somebody in power said something stupid. We are still locked down. Business is still completely different than it used to be. And but whatever, right? I mean, but life is going on. There's so much of all of that, and it's hard sometimes to see the good news in this. It's easy for me to get stuck in a rut of Jesus, like this is all just coming down at the seams. Woe is me. There's really nothing I can do, and it's not my fault, and it's all happening to me. All of this is just happening to me, and I'm powerless. I'm powerless over it, and I really have no. In many cases, sometimes when I feel like that, I have no motivation to move forward. Sometimes I'll feel like I just want to stick around in bed all day, and it's really easy to do right now, isn't it? To stick around in bed when you really got nowhere to go because you're not leaving the house. Chances are, or you're not going far. So these days, with all of that, how do you get that motivation to move forward? And sometimes I find it. I've discovered it really actually just earlier today. Got some motivation from a story of a hero and made me realize that there are lots of stories of heroes, and we just got to know where to find them. So we're going to talk about where to find them right now, and go from there. So hello, I am Owen. Thank you so much for joining today. I really appreciate it. As always, we are live, so please feel free to say hello, ask any questions that you want. I love it. I love it when you come hang out. So thank you for that. And if you're watching on YouTube, then I hope that you will subscribe to my channel. Please hit the button right below this video, and I hope that you'll subscribe. And then also on Facebook, we have an amazing group of our abundance hackers. These are people who find basically creative solutions uh, to basically support themselves and continue serving those around them when times get tough. So come find us on Facebook. Just search Abundance Hackers on Facebook and you'll find us. Okay? So, like I said, I was in a bit of a rut thinking like, yeah, so much bad news, just another day. Here it is, a lovely Sunday where the sun is out. It's so beautiful. Summer is coming, and it's a spring that I'm spending here in my house, and it's a summer that I'm going to be spending in my house. And it's a spring and a summer that it's not like I can walk outside and enjoy all the fresh air because I'm wearing my mask when I'm outside. So I'm dealing with these constant reminders, certainly at least in my day-to-day personal life, of just kind of how sucky things are sometimes, right? Just what the bad news is. And then of course you just open the news for just a minute, and then you start to hear all of these really, really terrible stories. But they're not all really terrible stories, are they now? Now that I say that, right? I say that they're all really terrible stories, but I realized that I've started to be connecting or like remembering maybe more of the terrible stories. But we do hear stories that are positive going on in this time, and that were only possible because of this time. Politics or not, you see a man in Andrew Cuomo who has risen to look after a city that was hit hard by this pandemic. We look at our own mayor here in Los Angeles, Eric Garcetti, who has really been a steady leader during this time. And that, okay, there are some stories of these people. And then, I hear about, my sister is a nurse. She is on the front lines of all of this pandemic. And like, okay, right? Like here's somebody, who is really taking a risk for all of us, and I'm grateful to her every single day. And then I just today hear that someone that I know, a colleague of mine, in our men's organization has been working on this program to make protective masks for people on the front lines who really need them, and has, I think, I don't know if I got my numbers straight, and I might be misquoting this, but it was pretty incredible, and I think that this was right, but almost the capability to make 1,000 of these masks to help 1,000 people who need these masks so desperately right now. And I hear a story like that, and I'm just like, wow, this is incredible stuff. This is, well, first of all, a project that wouldn't have been around when the lockdown wasn't happening, and certainly just this is something that this man would not be doing otherwise. So it's incredible, just this opportunity to serve and the opportunity to step up to the plate. I mean, that's what abundance hacking is all about. So if you want to make a donation to this project, if you want to learn more about it and you want to support it, then shoot me a message. Shoot me a message in the comments. Shoot me a message here on Facebook, and I will. I'll get you some info on it. But you know, so I hear this story about about the mess, and I realize it's like, okay, when I'm feeling not motivated and that the news is all just bad and that everything is going wrong, that I'm not tuned in to the good news channel. I am tuned into the bad news channel, and I'm not listening for the good news. And thank God, this was just such a good, like an inspirational piece. Like, it was so inspiring that at least it shook me to be like, oh crap, good things are actually happening. I actually thought that to myself, like, oh yeah, some good things are happening right now. Oh, okay, good. And then I started looking for them, and then I realized they're everywhere. So here is what I did and will do now in the future, and what you can do as well. If you're feeling a little not motivated and you need some motivation, and you're looking, to get it from some of these heroes. So the first thing that you can do, and I always recommend it, I highly recommend it, and I say this as somebody who studied broadcast journalism, as someone who would consider himself a journalist in a way. Review your news. Look at where you are getting your news from. Look at where you are getting your information. Do you need to get your information from this source? Is it serving you? Is it making you angry? Should it be making you angry? Do you want to feel angry? Take a look at it. See what it is that you are watching all the time. If you're watching the 24-hour news networks, I get it. I was a junkie for CNN for years. I had it on at least one screen in eye distance for years, all the time, 24 hours a day. I knew exactly which jingle came before which other one. I knew all the freaking heart medications by heart as well too. I get it. I know what it's like to watch the news networks, but maybe if it's not helping you, time to stop. Maybe it's time to start finding some news outlets that talk about heroes, that talk about what people are doing that's awesome right now. So, not something that is designed to make you angry. All right. Then the next thing is celebrate your heroes. When you find these heroes, celebrate them. Post about them at the very least on social media. When you post a story up on social media, you breathe life into it. You are sending that energy of this hero that has inspired you, this inspiring energy. You are now giving it to the world, and in so doing, you are inspiring yourself. So post about it. Share these stories. People need to hear it. Become the news that you really wish that you were getting yourself. That's really what it is, right? On Facebook, you are the news. So when you see these stories of these heroes, and even if it's not a link or something you can share, then write about it, or just go live on your phone and just share the story. Get that story out there and share it. And last but not least, like, if you are looking for heroes, then there is really no better way than to start engaging with your passion. Why is that? Because the more you spend time getting better at your passion, or working with it, or engaging it, whatever it might be, you're probably going to meet people who are really rocking it in that space, and they might just be your heroes. So take an hour of every day, make an hour of every day. Do this for you, just for yourself, where you are going to spend it moving your passion forward, or getting involved with it. Or if you don't know what your passion is, then take this hour of the day to explore, to play, to be whoever the hell you want to be. This is your time and you deserve it. You should have it. So use this time to figure out what it is that is your passion. Mr. Richmond, hello, sir. Howdy. So, if you want some assistance in guiding along into finding your passion, then head on over to onjward.com. Tell me your email address, and I will send you a free copy of How to Unlock and Unleash Your Superpower, which is your guide to go from scarcity to abundance, which I hope you will enjoy. So that's how you do it. That's how you find your hidden heroes. At least take a look at them for right now. Richmond, good to see you as always, man. Hello. I got your message. I will write you back, and I will talk to you tomorrow.